Jon Williams. We're back from Simola Hill Climb with a podium win. What a podium win. Well, a podium finish for both you and for Garth McIntosh.
In the points.
Halo Team Racing. Hello.
We scored more points than Alpine and Williams.
100%. More runs than Runny Runster. It's tummy bugs going around at the moment, just saying, FYI. Listen, you did have a couple of runs on the weekend before getting the car right. Perfection is what you had in the end, and you got that 458 dialed in beautifully. It's on the table over there in red.
We just shrunk it down and brought it into studio.
It looked really good in the livery it was in. It had branded with all our various friends. One Bet, our friends Sunlam Private Wealth, and of course our friends Breitling and Halo Racing, powered by Melon Mobile. Did I miss anybody? No. And Magmaster, huge thanks to Magmaster.
Yeah, and also the other guys, Oakley and Puma, they came on with and made us look the part up and down pit lane.
Their slogan should be, Puma and Oakley, a huge thanks, but Magmaster, best rim job ever.
Never give up.
Yeah. Is that the thing?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Never give up. They do rims.
Yeah. So they do a really good rim.
But they get around. They're having a good year. Anyway, listen,
but
Hill Climb, well done to everybody, and a huge thanks to all our new subscribers and all the new people that are watching this.
ATM chip tuning, the guys there too. I mean, they came with their laptop. They had their own team that they're running up the hill, but made enough time to sit with us and try and figure out that problem. The car was, for those that don't know, because a lot of people have been asking me, the car went into the limp mode, which made it very difficult for us after the first turn to get all the power. We managed to solve the problem thanks to the guys, and but yeah, just the whole team. You need a team of people to support you, and thanks to you, Ryan, for all your hard works and efforts. It's behind the scenes it was a lot of effort, so thanks to you, and to the crew, the pit crew guys that wouldn't let me give up. I'll be honest, I don't generally give up, but Dwayne, I was close.
Alex, Nick,
Jono, and the ladies behind the scenes that also stepped in and helped.
Huge thank you.
So and we made it count. It came down to Q6, where I couldn't afford to make any mistakes to get into the qualifying. If I had touched one of those little cones, the policemen as they call them, I would have been disqualified. So put in a good time, and then we made it into the class shootout and the overall King of the Hill shootout. Nice. And we ran our best time, Ryan, on the last run. So it was great, and we took all the traction off. That's the only way we could get out of limp mode. We took everything off, and I didn't want to tell Garth because obviously it's a very expensive car, but the safety net was gone, and and actually the funny part is he had the biggest skid. I put a little link, we'll actually put it on the podcast, you can have a look. He had a moment at 210, probably 215 kilometers an hour.
I went, wow, he had a little skid mark. I had a little skid mark watching.
He must have
made a bigger skid mark than he did. But you know what the thing is straight after that I sent a message on the group going, what a catch. And he was like, ha ha ha, thumbs up. I'm like, how's that for a superstar? Garth's just so cool about it. Handled that McLaren really well. Nice to see everybody out at Simola Hill Climb.
How cool was it that Dion also made it in the top 10 shoot? I mean, it was so cool in that i5 of his. So, and to see all the previous greats and current champions, it was really cool. Very good event.
Also, Sunlam Private Wealth. Now, here's the thing about the partnership we have with Sunlam Private Wealth. Great company. They're doing incredible things, but they also are a company that's very well aware that when you get to a certain level of accomplishment and you start to think about your financial well-being and the future thereof, that they kind of understand high net worth individuals, understand any individual that gets to a place in their life when they're looking at diversifying their portfolios, what they have and what they can do with their wealth, and they understand that, and they've got an amazing team of people that are far cleverer than you and I, and that deal with that. So looking forward to doing some amazing things with the partnership with Sunlam Private Wealth. So watch this space. Speaking of the dinner, just have a little look at this. This was the Sunlam Private Wealth very special dinner we had. Look at me standing at the table doing a little Q&A with you. Harry Casual sitting in the chair, calling the shots from the table over there. But what a special event.
Yeah, it was so nice to talk through the whole run, and explain to people that don't understand what we go through before we start these high-pressured situations and how much we love it. I mean, I was in my element. I couldn't stop smiling. I mean, it was great to just be behind the wheel and share my passion, which is racing, with everybody.
Talk to us quickly about what's happening now away from Simola. Formula One takes a break after Miami. Nice to see Lando Norris scoring some points, getting a podium, getting that, what did they say, getting his duck?
Yeah,
the
it's
duck
like
what do you call it?
The monkey off his back.
Monkey off the back.
There's a duck one, not the duck with Lewis. There's something like that.
Yeah, but something about a duck.
All off a duck's back kind of thing. He had a quacking good race. I don't know. But listen, I'm excited to see what happens after this, because McLaren's upgrades worked. The car seems fast. I think Max was maybe playing down the fact that he lacked a bit of performance, saying that he damaged the floor. I don't know if he actually saw it right. He came through the chicane, straight in the car, hit one of the bollards like that they had there, and the bollard actually got stuck on the front wing and then eventually fell off. But great for Lando Norris, great for McLaren. I mean, iconic team. They need to be up there, so it's going to make it very exciting. But like we said, there's so much chat outside of the racing at the moment. I mean, I know that you could probably pick up the phone and make a call, which would make me and the listeners very happy if you could find out where Adrian Newey is going.
Nowhere for a year. Remember, the car's pretty much in the bag for the next 2 seasons.
Okay,
right? Till 26.
Red Bull just have to kind of wash it, polish it.
They've got to put in a little bits and pieces here and there to make their car another championship-winning car. So think about Adrian Newey's job now. He doesn't want to be caught in all this off-track nonsense, right? He's a straight shooter. He wants to go and take his beautiful wife, Amanda, and they want to go and spend some time together on a boat, or he's having one built for him at the moment. I know that I've seen some pictures and he showed me some stuff. It's incredible.
It's probably like cuts through water, with him. He's probably just
in actual fact, you can have a look. There's a YouTube video of Adrian designing the boat. He actually rocks up to the shipyard in an old classic, I think 275 Ferrari, to go and talk about the vessel he's having made. But anyway, you can go look at that.
Okay.
I know he's going to take a year off because he can.
But tell me,
the car's already designed for next season. It's a couple of little mods here and there, and that's ready to go. But by 2026, regulation changes, etc.
Yes.
We're gonna find out next year more. I think there are going to be some big announcements.
Do you think he'll announce soon, or do you think he'll wait?
Next year.
And tell me, I heard that he's busy developing, I don't know if it's with Aston Martin and Red Bull, that car, the road going supercar, hypercar.
It's been in production or talks about and speculations about a project with him for a while.
Yeah, he's heavily involved in that.
He's busy with a lot of projects on the sideline, but I know that they'll take some time together as a couple and do a bit of traveling away from the racetrack. MotoGP, there's a lot happening in MotoGP and local motor racing. It's first talk MotoGP.
Yeah, so we got Lamar coming up, and that's going to be very exciting. It's 75th anniversary of MotoGP. They have been bought over by Formula One, and everybody's worried and saying, the Americans are taking over. What are they going to do? But if you look at what they've done with Formula One in terms of Drive to Survive and how the sport's become popular, I'm sure they're gonna do good things. Regulations change in 2027 on the bikes, and again, don't worry, people. The racing's going to be just as exciting as it's always been. They're not going to change. Obviously, they're going to change a lot, but they're going to make sure the formula still works. So lots to play for there. But Brad Binder came out saying, MotoGP in SA, come on, let's make it happen. He wants to have not a barbecue with his Australian. He wants to have a bender. He wants to go home and sleep in his own bed with the trophy, P1. So, hopefully they can make that happen. That would obviously be a Kyle. I remember they came to Fakisa many, many years ago. I think it was in 1999 they raced where Valentino Rossi. And it was quite funny because Fakisa, there's not much happening there. Nothing to those who live in Fakisa. But I mean, it's a small town. And you had like someone like Valentino Rossi staying with Tani Mare. And it's like, in a guest house because there's no hotel. So it was quite funny. I mean, so very exciting if they do come to Kyle Army. And I really hope so for his sake, because I always think it's fair. If you've got a representative of a South African in the MotoGP, only right that we get a race.
Absolutely. I think so too. And from that to local motor racing, you speak about having a local MotoGP. There's a lot happening on the cards, as per always. There's a Porsche Club this coming
driver
weekend.
training day happening on Saturday. We got the last race of the Cape Hull drivers happening also on Saturday afternoon, 4:00. Always exciting. A lot of close racing there, a lot of action. So go down and support the guys. But the driver training is also, it's nice. It's a great place to really stretch your Porsche's legs in a safe environment, as we always speak about. Get some guidance on how to just, people take it for granted, just your seating position, right? And how important that is when driving, and to be aware of what to look out for when conditions change. Going into winter, making sure you have the right tires, making sure your tires are good. Talking about tires, man, those Pirelli Trofeos. Barry from
Pirelli.
It's Barry. Bobby's from Specialized. We've got a lot of Bobbies and Barrys. They're good guys to have. The BBs are all good too.
Barry, thank you very much for the Pirelli cap.
Picture flying in post. Oh, it looks good on you.
Thank you very much. Pleasure. And how's it to Bobby from Specialized as well? Bobby, Barry.
Well, we actually rode Specialized up the hill there on those e-bikes.
The Specialized e-bikes.
That came in handy with my injury.
Up
because
Brenton-on-Sea.
Yeah, it's actually beautiful. A lot. It's steep, some of those hills. So that was quite nice.
Yeah, it was lovely staying there. Listen, very quickly, let's talk about what we're driving. And huge thanks again to everyone that gives the Fastlane cars to drive. We've been spoiled for choice. We really have. BMW SMG, thank you so much for the branded vehicle that the Fastlane could use going up to Simola.
Cool. Well, I mean, you get a lot of branded cars and a lot of branded things, but for me, it was like a special moment to have my name on the side of a car. It was very cool. Nice.
And that was the X3. We'll have a quick look at that, as well as the all-new Honda Elevate that we've been driving. Very impressed with that Honda at the price point of 400,000 Rand. Often people come to John and I and go, what would you buy for 400,000 Rand? John and I are petrol heads, so we're going to buy anything that used to cost 3 million that now costs 400,000. We're going to buy that. But seriously, if you're looking for a good family vehicle that ticks a lot of boxes, Honda Elevate is a great call.
So reliable.
Let's have a look at these two cars. John, two totally different cars. One, we took up the hill climb over here. Obviously, this was the support vehicle for the Fastlane out and about at Simola, where John finished on the podium, but by now you'd know that. But tell us a little bit about this. This is a very special car. Huge thanks to BMW Tiger Valley for this vehicle. It is an X3. Tell us a bit more about it.
Yeah, Ryan, I really enjoyed driving this vehicle. It was quite nice on the way back home, had the open road to myself, and it's just so comfortable. I mean, we speak about it all the time. BMW do it so well. And the X3 has become, I think, quite popular in its size, being BMW.
You hit a lot of muggies.
Yeah, we hit a lot of muggies on the way. But it's a nice size for me. The X5 is obviously beautiful, but the X3 is just perfect. I love the nice chunky steering wheel. That's something I picked up, like slightly bulkier, which was really good. Plenty of space with all the luggage that we had, all the race ovals and race shoes. Pure comfort, just enjoyed it.
Love it. Just have a quick look here on the branding on the side. And this is what we took up there. You'll see over there it says, with a little bit of glare coming off the sun, BMW Tiger Valley proudly supports the Fastlane, Ryan and John. And then what I like about it as well is when you approach the vehicle, it kind of opens up for you. And inside, what you've come to love from BMW. And that is just a really nice layout, driver-centric layout, and really enough room for everybody in there, which is really, really, really cool.
And Ryan, something else that I noticed with this car, it's got so much atomic sort of driving now these days. So like lane assist, brake assist, collision assist. So it's quite interesting. Something to get used to. I don't know if you noticed how the steering wheel counter steers every time you go to a line. It takes a bit of time to get used to. What I did, and I like to be fully in control. I don't like computers talking to me.
Okay, let's go. Let's close that door over there and let's go around this side. John's been driving this for a while, and 10 out of 10 to the folks at Honda. They realize that there's a massive gap in the market at around the 400,000 Rand mark. Now, John, if I had to tell you, walk into any dealership and buy something for 400,000, you might be like, should I buy pre-owned? No, you can buy brand new, and Honda's got the answer with the Elevate. In actual fact, this car is so successful that it's completely sold out in South Africa. Why? Because it's got Honda's indestructible engine. That 1500 engine they have in here. John, you could pound that living hell out of this engine. Honda just make the most indestructible engines, and that 1500 of theirs it's a real treat. I've got to be honest and say, when I drove it, I did give it a bit of gas.
But you kind of have to. Honda engines kind of love
screaming. They love screaming. But this car, it just is so, I love it. It's so cool. I can't think of another car at 400,000 Rand.
And it's got pedal shift.
And it's got pedal shift at 400,000 Rand.
It's perfect.
Just have a quick look at it. It comes obviously with these standard nice mag wheels, nice alloys, plenty of room in the back of the car. Leather option is not an option. It comes standard on the vehicle. It really is just a nice looking car. Every time I get near the BMW, it's opening and closing by itself. But we are sunroof that's open.
And it's deceiving because it doesn't look as big, but yet it has a lot of space.
Yeah, loads of space in it. And like I said, where you're going to find a car at that kind of pricing point, 400,000 Rand, that kind of ticks all the boxes for you. This is what's hot in John and my garage this week. Looking forward to getting behind the wheel of another Roller Luxury Collection vehicle from Brandon and the guys. And then also the Daytona group who've come on board saying, we'd like you guys to get behind some of the wheel of some of our cars and experience some of those. So looking forward to that in the future of in terms of the Fastlane cars. So there we go, John. That is the cars we've been driving. That was the kind of week we've had at Simola. We look on to the next event, and the next event I think we're going to do that involves us being out and about is going to have to be a Formula One event, even if it's a local one that we host, maybe in Johannesburg, maybe in Durban, have a couple of friends with us and do that podcast live. That'll be in the course of the next couple of months. Watch the space with Sunlam Private Wealth. We'll be doing some cool things then. Got to just quickly touch on the fact that a lot of people ask me, hey, what's that on your wrist? I know you mentioned it before. It arrived.
Can you believe it? It made it on time.
Just in time. It went from Switzerland to Frankfurt to Breitling of Bond Street. In Bond Street, there's a Breitling store there. To Nathan, a huge thank you in what you did as well. It's been incredible. This is the aerospace. It's a part of the Breitling professional range B70. It's a very special piece because behind in the back of the watch, and I was going to say,
obviously the front's beautiful, but how cool is the back? They should have like a flip. That flips that you can show. Look at that.
Right. You'll see it looks silver. Jeez. And that silver is because it's an actual part of the original Orbiter 3 that broke the world record.
Amazing.
Going around the world. It is a part of that balloon, by the way, that went around the world. They cut it into pieces and it features inside.
I wonder what part you got.
What part of the balloon? Yeah. I hope it's a good part of the balloon. Well,
it looks immaculate for the distance.
It's been around the world. It broke a world record, this thing, up at thousands of feet.
Do you feel like it gives you a little bit of
it makes me feel bigger.
Powerful.
Like a big balloon. A big balloon, not. Anyway, this is an awesome timepiece. They are available locally. They're out of stock at the moment because the first run completely ran out. They're about 106,000 Rand on the rubber. I've stuck it on my own rubber strap and on braced it about 111,000 Rand. Look for Breitling Professional Aerospace B70. It's a special watch to commemorate 25 years since the Orbiter 3 did that amazing flight around the world. Looking forward to some more things arriving from Breitling soon as well. We'll talk about that. And also,
there's just lots of motor racing still to come. We've got DTM Championship, which started. We saw Calvin van Linen and Sheldon at it. And a bit of a tough start to the season, but both always so competitive and right up there. We've also got the Endurance Championships coming up where they go from DTM into the endurance cars. Obviously, Sheldon driving the BMW there with Renault Russ. So lots and lots. And Jordan Pepper, I see he's out and about. These guys are traveling literally a week after week, jumping into cars, proudly South African. So support them, go and watch these events. So lots of action, lots of motorsport to come.
Love it. Like, subscribe. Thank you very much to everybody. And we're looking forward to some amazing guests coming up soon on the podcast. The Fastlane, proudly brought to you by all our partners, to Breitling, to OneBet, to Villy and the team. Thanks you very much. And of course, to the Sunlam Private Wealth team as well. A huge thank you, bringing you the Fastlane every week. Take care. We'll catch you again next week.